Right. Listen up, because what I'm about to show you in this video is going to change your whole relationship with football betting and sports prediction. So are you ready? That is the question. The new football season is kicking off in less than 3 weeks. We only have 3 weeks to prepare. 1, 2, 3. The question is, have you prepared adequately or you're going to be losing money? Now, if I tell you at this very point that I have a solution for you, are you going to believe me or are you going to doubt me? And if I tell you the solution is absolutely free and it is tested, I'm not talking about going and paying a tipster $10, $30, $50. No. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is a free app known as SofaScore app. This is my phone. Probably you're able to view it. I'm going to show you, using my own very recording, how you are able to win in the new football season. 2025-2026 football season. So if you're watching this video in 2026, this is the video for you. I am making a video that is going to make us all winners. It is time you stop following tipsters randomly and start betting on your own and becoming a tipster who can be trusted and can be relied upon. I am the master bettor in case you don't know me. I've been betting for the last 8 years at the moment. I have made a hell lot of money from sports betting. And you watching me at this very point, you are about to become the next master bettor. So the very first instruction you're going to have, you need to get the SofaScore app, and not just a random SofaScore app. You know, there are plenty SofaScore versions outside there. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to get the SofaScore app I am using and the one that has allowed me make profit. In the pinned comment section of this video, in the video description of this very video, I am good enough, so I'm sharing you my exclusive SofaScore app. Click the link, get the app, and let us get rolling. Today, I'm going to show you my screen recording. You're not going to see me, all right? I want you to see bit by bit how you are able to use this SofaScore app and come up with winning predictions. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to get the app. Take your time, sipping my coffee. Get the app, link in the video description, link in the comment section. Are you ready? Believe me when I talk about this, it's 2025. It's time to make money. So when you open SofaScore app, the first thing you're going to see is an interface that looks like this. It's going to look like, we have matches, we have leagues, we have favorites where you can add the games you're tracking. We have the feed where you can check some information, right? Ratings about your favorite players. And then you have profile where you are able to change your picture and set a picture. If you have a handsome picture, you can set it. And then you can also check when you join SofaScore. Account created on 6/11/2019, which means that I am not here to waste your time. If I created my account on 6/11/2019, it means that I know what I'm talking about. For the last 7 years, I've been using this app consecutively, every other single day, making money, making profits, growing myself as a sports bettor. So what do you do and how do you predict the game England women versus Spain women? You can search for that under Europe. It's going to appear there, 27th. Or you can manually search for it, go back to the matches tab, click on search, and click on England. You're looking for an England with an F because you're looking for women. There we got them. England women, Spain women. And now, this is what your interface is going to look like. Details, AI insights, odds, lineups, knockout, matches. Are you getting me? This is how it's going to look like. So when you view these, I want you to view it with the understanding that this is one area we're going to be focused on so much is the matches section, the lineup section, and the AI insight section. So we begin with the matches section. This is how you make a prediction. Right now, you're must better. Picture yourself as must better. All right? Making predictions. When you come to this section where we have the statistics, I don't want you to go ahead and bet on Spain women because they won 10 matches, while England, they only won 4 matches. I want you to ask yourself the following questions. Who did England play against and which teams did they beat? Who did Spain play against and which teams did they beat? To get that, you're going to scroll down. Past matches, this is the head-to-head. When you want the ones for England, you click on that. When you want the one for Spain, you click on that. So you have Spain. What you are able to realize is that Spain played against tougher opponents. They played against Germany. They played against Italy. They played against Belgium. They played against Portugal. And they were still able to win. Another thing you also have a look at is that Spain were able to keep multiple clean sheets. England, in their last 3 games, they did not keep any clean sheet. Unlike them, Spain were able to keep 2 clean sheets in their last 2 matches coming into these. Another thing you're going to look at is the following. All right? How many goals? Come on. Not how many goals. Were the wins in full time or were the wins in the extra minutes? We have Spain. This was in the extra minute. That was the semi-finals. Semi-finals are mostly tough. But apart from that, 4 before that, they were in the 90 minutes. And then look at England. Their last 2 games, all of them were in the extra time. And they were able to beat Sweden for them to come to the semi-finals in the penalties. And when you remember England versus Italy, you know the goal came in the last minutes of the game. And technically, Italy women had a chance of winning this very game. Italy women had the very chance of winning this very game. So that is what I want you to understand. Not the form, not just the odds. You need to ask yourself those questions because those are the questions that are going to determine if a team is really worth backing. Now that you've gone through that, the next thing you're going to have a look at is the head-to-head section. You've probably heard people say the following, this team always beat the other team. Manchester United is always strong when playing against Liverpool because they are going through the head-to-head records. The head-to-head section. In the last 10 matches played between England versus Spain, we had England winning in 5 of them, 1 ending in a draw, and Spain winning in 4. Are you getting these? Are you viewing these? I know you have SofaScore app and you are able to see it. If you haven't, then go ahead and get the app. There's a link in the pinned comment section. So what does this mean to us? We want to thoroughly dissect the head-to-head so that instead of just viewing the head-to-head and stopping at where we see that England won 5, Spain won 4, we have a deep understanding of what is happening. So most of these head-to-head were low scoring. 2-1, to me that is low scoring. 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, 0-0, 0-0, 0-1. These are not really appealing. 5 out of 6. You can also view this one. Head-to-head streaks. That is under the head-to-head statistics. We had 5 of them ending in under 2.5 goals in the last 6 head-to-head matches. All right? In terms of cards, I don't bet on cards. Betting on cards is a bit complicated, especially if you don't know the referee. If I have to bet on card, then I have to understand the referee and how his refereeing decision affects a game. So what we're going to make what will be our decision based on the head-to-head? These two teams, when they are playing tight football. They are playing tactical football. They don't like going crazy. It means that both teams, let me say, they have equal abilities of either winning these or the game ending in a draw. Which means that England can make the game difficult. Spain at the same time can also make the game difficult. So there's a potential that we might be expecting an extra minute in this game or even penalties in this game. So that is why it's important to have a look at the head-to-head statistics so that you don't just rush to the odds and see the odd is 1.69, 4.50. Oh, Spain is going to win easily. All right? If you rush to that, you're not going to make informed decision. But with this in mind, we now know what you're talking about. And the last times they played, we had them playing in the knockout stage. Wow, she believes cup women. What is that? I've never heard of such a cup. 2020. I was still a noob. So, that is it. Now, the other part you're going to be using, the one that you've been waiting for, is known as the AI Insights. This is a new feature. And it is a new feature that you can only access when you get your app using the link in the video description. The link in the comment section. So when you come to these, you're going to be able to see what the AI is predicting. Total yellow cards in the game to be 4. Total corners in the game to be 9. Both teams to score in 90 minutes. Full-time winner in 90 minutes to be Spain. So this is important. It's a starting point. It's a helper for most of you because most of you don't really know how to go deeper into football and understand the statistics, come up with a preview. I'm assuming as you watch this, you are that kind of person. So you'll be able to read this. England has shown strong attacking form with 4 wins in their last 5 matches, scoring 14 goals through their defense, though their defense has been shaking, conceding in most games. Spain, on the other hand, remains unbeaten with an impressive 10-match winning streak, scoring 17 goals in their last 5 matches while maintaining a solid defense. Are you seeing this? Head-to-head record is also given to you. Season statistics is also given to you. Match dynamics, Spain's superior ball possession and final third efficiency could dominate the game, but England's ability to capitalize on big chances and get late goals might keep it competitive. The referee's tendency for 3.7 yellow card per game aligns with the both teams' low card count. Anyway, what we're getting from this AI insight is the potential that if Spain goes ahead and gets one goal in the game, then there's a potential England can get a goal later in the game. So this gives room for both teams to score. So at the moment, as you're making your analysis, you have 2 options to choose from. Both teams to score and the option Spain to win. Because so far we've seen them standing out. So far we've realized there are really some options that are massive and give us betting markets that are backed, that are based on data. But one final part is remaining. Possible lineups. So go to the possible lineups tab. When you come to these, you're going to see each player with their ratings. Each player, you don't need to know these players. SofaScore has made that done for you. They have simplified the process for you. They are giving you their average performance rating based on the recent games. The higher the number of ratings on a team, the better they play, the better chances of winning. For example, we're going to compare England women's midfielders. That is Toune, Walsh, Stoney, and the Spain women midfielders. Putelelas, Guljalro, Brunati, right? 7.18, 7.08, 7.02. And then look at Spain, 8.26, 8.10, 7.42. So what are you going to decide? This basically means the following. It means that for Spain, their midfield form is solid, they're in control of their midfield, and they're creative. And in a final game, this is a final game, something like that is important, all right? How about England? They're also decent, not bad. They're decent, but it's not strong enough, which means that tomorrow, tonight, today, we are expecting Spain to be able to control the midfield, to be able to be in control of the game a majority of the time. So when they're in control of the game a majority of the time, they will be going for the goals, they'll be creating chances, and we expect them to get a goal. So Spain over 0.5 looks solid. You know, most people, they just bet on team names, all right? I know Spain women, they don't look at individual form of a player. Look at their defensive too. You can also check their defensive. You will realize that Spain's rating is higher than England's rating. In England, we have even 6.90, as low as 6.90. But in Spain, 7.65, 7.28, 7.33. And overall, even their strikers, some of the same range. So don't just ask how is the team playing, ask who is performing on the team, and how they're performing on the team. All right? So that is it. Let's keep the momentum. Let's keep the momentum. Like the video if you're finding this to be valuable. It's really important. It's really important. Back to this very tab. Now we know that Spain is in control of the game. They're really better, a little bit better in the midfield, and we expect them to be in control. It's time to nail the predictions home and drive the selections home. Under the matches section, the matches tab, you're going to get something like no clean sheet, over 2.5 goals. Who was able to score fast? We have Spain scoring fast 4 times in the last 5 games they played. How about England? England is not mentioned as a team that loves scoring fast. How about keeping clean sheet? England being mentioned as a team that doesn't love keeping clean sheet. In the last 3 games, they conceded a goal. So we are able to see. If you're interested in the goal corner market, there's also an option for you. Cards market is also an option for you. But I do not love using SofaScore for that. It's never really accurate. It doesn't give you the exact thing. When you want to bet on corners, go for a site that gives you the exact minute when the corners occur. SofaScore is generalizing it. You know, it has its downsides. That is something you need to know. So I'm going to break it down for you. England versus Spain. 10 wins in a row. And they scored in each of those games. This is it. We are now driving the final selection home. They scored in each of them at least 2 or more goals. And they were first to score in 8 out of these 10 in 8 out of these 10 matches. At the same time, in 8 out of these 10 matches that they were winning, they had over 2.5. To me, this is a team that is in control, a team that is confident, a team that is aggressive, a team that is consistent like Must Bettor when it comes to giving predictions back-to-back that are going to make you winning. How about England? Switch to their tab. When I view England, this is their last 5 games, or even the last 10. They have some losses, so let me just stick to the last 5. Last 5 to me is a bit interesting. So in their last 5, they were able to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is it. In their last 5, they were able to score and concede at the same time. And like for Spain, we had them recording 2 clean sheets. Yeah, look at this, 2 clean sheets. 2 clean sheets. That is important in a final. So England is conceding and scoring. It means that they're not always in massive control of the game. And winning in the last 2 games, all won in extra time, means that they need extra time to justify their ability in a game. So what does this tell us? If Spain is to go ahead and start strong tomorrow, they score fast, they are going to get even 2 goals in the game, because most of their wins has been by 2-0, 2 goals or more. All right? So this is how we're going to come up with our prediction for this game. First team to score, Spain to score. Is over 2.5 likely? Over 2.5 is likely, but there is a problem. The problem is if you go to the head-to-head statistics, a majority of the game have ended in under 2.5. So let us not be rushy and irrational. Let us be rational. Let us be very considerate. Both teams to score is way much better compared to over 2.5 in this game. Because we've seen the tendency of England getting a goal in the dying minutes of the game. And that is what you want to rely on. That is what you want to make our analysis on. So how do we make our predictions finally as a sports bettor? You're Must Bettor, all right? I want you to make your prediction. It's now time to call your best shots, best picks, select the best predictions on this game. Who are you going to be betting on? Spain to win. And why am I betting on Spain to win? Based on the SofaScore statistics and the SofaScore analysis, I've realized that Spain has a better midfield that can clearly be seen here. Spain has a stronger form that can clearly be seen in their last matches and with how many goals they have won, against which teams they played, and how many clean sheets they won, if the games they were winning in were in extra time or in 90 minutes. And then another thing I must also take into consideration is that Spain scores early in the game. And when they score early in the game, they always finish stronger in the game. How about the second selection that we should be considering for this game? Both teams to score. The reason I'm taking both teams to score is because England has proven that they are a team we cannot write off. They are always fighting. And in the dying minutes of the game, if they are not able to get a goal earlier, though we're expecting England to get a goal later in the game, we're expecting them to get a goal later in the game. It means that instead of over 2.5, both teams to score is likely. And that can also be seen in the team streaks and the head-to-head streaks. So that is it. How to predict using SofaScore. Now there's one final part remaining. The exact step-to-step process to follow when using SofaScore. This is what we call the summary. The final nail, the final hit on the nail that drives it home. Are you ready for it? If you're ready for it, like the video and let's get rolling. Go back to SofaScore that you downloaded using the link in the pinned comment section. We're going to be using the game England versus Spain. Assuming you're making a prediction on any game, when you go to the game, the first thing you're going to go through is the odds tab. And in the odds tab, you're going to have a look at the full-time odds, the double chance odds, the first half odds, so that you understand, okay, how is first half likely to end depending on the odds? Who is the favorite? Is the odds suggesting a tight game or a one-sided game? That is something you will be able to view based on how the odds are priced. And you will also be able to determine if there is value on a selection or on a market you're betting on. We've all realized that Spain is strong. And so at an odd of 1.73, that to me is a little bit, let me say, fair value. The other thing you're going to do is going to analyze form. And when you're analyzing form, you're going to be using the matches section, where you're going to be having the details, how they performed in the last 5 to 10 matches for each team, the wins and losses, who scored first, opponent strength, which teams were they beating? Were they beating the weak teams or were they beating strong teams? Another thing you're going to be having a look at is the head-to-head tabs, where you will have a look at the past results, have a look at the scorelines, the match type, were they friendlies, were they competitive matches, and the patterns. Were the goals always coming late in the game? Were the goals always coming, let me say it was a high-scoring game raining in first half? That is one thing you also need to look at. And then the performance. This is going to be played on it's going to be played on a level ground. So really home and away doesn't really matter. But those are things you should have looked at. And then the other one you're going to be looking at is the AI insights. Read the prediction, read what they are talking about in the game. The match winner, who is going to score fast, the correct score. They also give correct scores in this tab. So you need to check out on that on other matches. Another thing you're going to look at is the lineups, so that you analyze the lineups, the player ratings, who is missing, and the average ratings for each player, the star players. Okay, how is that going to affect the midfield, the final three, the defensive, and the first? That's the goalkeeper. You need to have a look at that. So that's basically the process you're going to be following when coming up with predictions. It's very easy, and believe me, you do this on 2 or 3 matches, before you know it, you are going to win. Finally, you've come to the end of the video, and it's important I show you that we're going to be having a second part of this video, how to use SofaScore app to come up with live score predictions on the corners market. When the game is being played, that is in the first half of the game, how are you able to spot the value bets that are going to make you money consistently over time? You want to find that out? Download the app, subscribe to Bettor, share the video, and I'll be seeing you soon with part 2 of this video, how to use SofaScore to make live score predictions, live bet predictions. I wish you the best as we get into the new football season. Bye-bye.